Hello and how you doing, and welcome back to Two Jagoffs. I am your host, Austin Cairns, joined here with
Lucas Kuhns and the Four Horsemen.
And welcome back to Two Jagoffs. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier this year, every week for our NFL predictions, we're going to bring on a different Point Park Sports Comm student. And this week, I'm bringing on one of my personal favorites. He is 1/3 of the We Are Family Pittsburgh Sports podcast. He also even has his own radio show on WPPJ, which Lucas and I was a part of at one point in time. Please welcome the one and only Nate Schivins to the podcast. It's good to see you, Nate.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Lucas, for having me on. Very excited to be here, making my debut on this wonderful podcast. Very excited.
I'm excited too, and I mean, we did it, Lucas. We got Jake Bell on. We had Peyton over on Steel City, and you're the third and final one. We did it. We got all the way.
I was the last holdout. I was holding out all the way. I was making life difficult for Austin, but now I'm here and ready to make some predictions today.
Absolutely. We're going to talk all things NFL, but before we get into that, just so the audience gets a little familiar with you, obviously you are a sports comm student. Obviously you've been involved in the program for quite some time. I just want to ask real quick, what brought you to Point Park?
Yeah, so I was looking at colleges primarily locally because I'm a Pittsburgh born and bred individual, and I was just looking at local colleges that had some kind of sports that I could get into. And there's not much, even nationally that in sports. But I saw Robert Morris had something, and I found Point Park, and I took a tour in October of my senior year of high school, and met with Bernie Ankney, the dean of the School of Communication. And I just was really sold on sports comm, on Point Park, just everything about it. I just loved the university. I loved how it was situated right here in downtown. Mm-hmm. I loved how, the size of the classes, 15, 20 people typically. So there's that intimate kind of relationship you can build with your professors, and there's great networking opportunities, all that stuff that you hear about, and incredible people in sports comm like the both of you.
Oh, thank you.
So, and in the other majors too. It's a great university. There's great people everywhere.
It's welcoming, and I mean, Lucas and I talked about this a lot off camera. Lucas, you came from a very big school. How many people graduated with you?
309?
Yeah, 309. I had 67 people that graduated with me. So
67.
Yeah, 67. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
I won't be making any of those jokes today. That's just funny.
Hey, you had to do one. Funny story. I was on the broadcast yesterday for Carlo and Chatham basketball.
I saw that you were going to be on there, yeah.
Yeah, and my broadcast partner, Michael Costa, decided to make a 6'7" joke as soon as Chatham hit 67 points. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you hear that, Austin?"
Can I be honest about 6'7"? I'm very tired of it. Everybody does it. I got to deal with it. A lot of sports comm people do it. I got to deal with it. I think it's completely overused. I think it's frankly a joke, but but people still do it, and you got to deal with it.
You do. I grew up with the 21 and the 69 jokes. That's what I grew up with. And what was the other one? 17. What was the big number from the rap song? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
1730.
That's it. Yes, that's it.
Hey.
That was the other one that they used to always say. I don't understand any of them, to be honest with you.
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap. Well, let's get into the NFL game, shall we? We got a big, not really a big game, but we got a game on Thursday Night Football.
It's certainly a game.
It is a game. I'm looking at this. My goodness. We got the New York Jets and New England Patriots. Both teams found wins last week. Nate, how about you set the tone for us? Who do you got in this game and why?
Well, Jets coming off a win. Congrats to the Jets here. But they got 2 special teams touchdowns. And the Browns, who are a very bad football team anyway, outplayed them in every facet. And now you're going on the road to New England, who's really impressed me this season. They've been a big surprise. I thought they would be right there for the playoffs, but they have a very good chance to win their division right now. So I'm going to take New England. They're probably going to blow out the Jets, especially if Justin Fields throws for 50 passing yards again. I just don't know how. This is like, the Jets are such a bad franchise, man. It's crazy what they do.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm picking New England here. I mean, we talk about every week. The Jets suck. They're going to continue to suck. I don't even know why they're winning games at this point. They should just be tanking for that first overall pick because God knows they need it after what they did at that trade deadline. So I'm taking New England in this one.
It's crazy because the Jets are trying to build for the future. If you notice, they have so many draft picks coming in. But then you look at it and you're like, okay, that's awesome. You're going to be able to draft those guys, but are they even going to be around in a few years? I mean, look at Williams, look at Gardner. They're all gone. So I don't exactly see the Jets winning this game. I don't see them winning anytime soon. New England's been on a roll. Drake May, He's something special. I just got to say,
He's a candidate for the MVP right now, certainly.
Very much
Especially
so.
if the Patriots win that division, you have to take a hard look at Drake May.
You really do. And I'm not going to lie, I was one of the ones that was actually on the Drake May train over the Jaden Daniels. I was like that whenever they were coming out of college. I know Lucas and I had a conversation about that around that time. I'm going with New England. I got to agree with you guys. I do not see any way where the Jets could win this game. That takes us over to Sunday, though. Big 9:30 a.m. game. Washington Commanders, Miami Dolphins. Two teams that are very banged up. Two teams that are practically not going to make the playoffs at all. Lucas, who do you got? This is going to be a snooze fest.
I'm gonna pick Miami here. They played very well against Buffalo, which I was not expecting at all. I mean, Josh Allen got benched at the end of that game for Mitch Trubisky. That's basically just throwing up the white flag there. Washington kind of got steamrolled over, also by a good team, but I don't know. I was impressed with Miami. I was impressed that they beat Buffalo. I said it was going to be an absolute train wreck for them going into Buffalo, but they held Buffalo to 13 points?
I think it was 13.
13 points.
Yeah.
So Washington's too banged up right now for me to pick them over Miami after what they did last week. So.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this game whatsoever. It is a complete snooze fest. I will not be waking up early for this one.
Not for the Spain special?
No. Not to watch Tua throw interceptions and Mariota do whatever he's doing. But I'm going to go Miami, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea in this matchup. Can they win 2 in a row? I don't know. But it was an impressive win, maybe build on some momentum. I just think Washington, like you mentioned, Lucas, so banged up. And their defense has been horrendous this season. It's just been abysmal. It's actually been the main reason why they're 3-7. Their defense has been one of the worst in the NFL. So I will very hastily, very uneasily take Miami to win this game.
I got to go Miami too. Washington's just so banged up. I mean, how many injuries do they have right now? And Jaden Daniels, we got to send prayers his way. I mean, that was just an awful, awful injury.
It looks like it's going to be less impactful, hopefully, than initially, because it was bad. It was very bad when you seen it.
Yeah, I heard he didn't really tear anything. It just dislocated his elbow.
Yeah, it looks so gruesome.
It looked terrible, but apparently it's really not even that bad.
Which is good. Thank goodness. Thank goodness he's okay. But I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I got to go Miami here. I mean, I didn't expect him to beat Buffalo last week. I'll be honest with you. I don't
think anybody did.
I was expecting a close game. I remember me and you had the conversation last week.
The Bills are so weird this season.
They're so weird.
I don't know what's going on here.
Makes no sense at all. I expected it to be close, but I didn't expect a blowout from the Dolphins against the Bills. So props to them. Mike McDaniel might have just saved his job. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, but I'm going with the Dolphins too. Now the 1 o'clock games. I find this one interesting. Nate, I'm going to go to you first. Green Bay Packers, New York Giants. Everybody in their mama knows you should be picking the Green Bay Packers here, but let me remind you, the Packers have losses to the Browns and Panthers this year. Not to mention Jameis Winston is now getting the look for the start this weekend. Who do you got and why?
Well, I've been picking the Giants a lot this year, and they've been kind of failing me. Obviously the Broncos game when they they give up 33 points in the fourth quarter. And the game last week against the Bears, they're up by 10 points with 4 minutes left, and they give up that game. I can't pick them again. I'm going to pick Green Bay. It's honestly a must-win spot for Green Bay, and especially Matt LaFleur, because people are calling for his job right now. These losses are piling up. I think there is going to be an onus and kind of an urgency with the Packers, although Jameis Winston's going to be starting for the Giants. I love Jameis Winston. He's an incredible individual. I think he's going to make it very competitive, but I think Green Bay, they need to win this game, so I'm going to take the Packers.
Before I go to you, Lucas, I got to ask real quick, Nate. This has been a big topic of conversation all week. Is it Matt LaFleur or is it Jordan Love? Which side of the barrel are you on?
I think it's more Jordan Love. I've never been the biggest Jordan Love guy. I think he's a little reckless. I think at times he doesn't see the field right. Now, he had that great performance against the Steelers, 20 straight completions, but those were wide open every play. The Steelers' defense was horrendous at that time. I've never been the biggest fan of Jordan Love, and I think those receivers, everybody talks them up. These young guys, they're going to just keep getting better and better, and they really haven't. They've kind of stagnated. I think LaFleur is really good. I think what he's done, Malik Willis was their starter last year, a couple of games, and they did really well. I think but you can't be losing those games. Those games that you're really supposed to win if you're a team like the Packers. So I think it's mostly Jordan Love, but I think LaFleur has to share some responsibility. I mean, what was that game on Monday night? like offensively, and then some of the decision making. So
It was egregious. It was egregious. What about you, Lucas?
I'm gonna pick the Packers. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I'm so excited to see Jameis Winston football again.
We love Jameis Winston.
If I played fantasy football, I'd be picking up the Green Bay defense and all of the Giants receivers that they have left because those balls are gonna be flying down the field. And who knows if Winston even knows who he's throwing it to, but we'll figure that out. I think if Green Bay can't put up points, though, it's going to be a very rough game for them. I don't think that they can necessarily stop the Giants from putting points up. More so, they need to outscore the Giants. So,
Isn't it funny that a lot of people are predicting that Jameis Winston's going to have like 500 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like 2 interceptions? It's like he's like the most 50-50 player.
that's Jameis for you.
That's
right
Jameis
there.
for you. I'll never forget the legendary 30 for 30 he had in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers. That was incredible.
that defined his career.
I think so. You know what? I might surprise you guys. I'm going with an upset. I'm going Giants here. I'm going to pick the New York Giants against the Green Bay Packers. Again, for the simple reason, it can't seem like every game the Packers should easily win, they overlook, and it ends up being a game they lose to a field goal. That's what happened every single week. It happened with the Panthers. It happened with the Browns. I think it's going to happen again. And Winston, a guy who has not seen the field yet during the regular season, I think is going to go out there and have a pretty solid game for them. Yes, I know Dart is down, and I know Scadaboo is down, and Neighbors is down, but I still feel like this is a win for the Giants. Especially because it's at home.
You know what? I hope that happens because I had the Packers. Much disagreement, and I got a lot of hate for this. I had the Packers missing the playoffs going into the season. So
Ooh.
any losses they kind of add up here
That helps you out.
would further my narrative. So we'll
Saves you
see.
from Pirate Peyton getting on you, huh?
And Nick Brown.
Oh, and Nick Brown too?
Nick Brown. I mean, getting on me for my picks all the time. I love you, Nick
Nick
Brown.
thinks that Dallas is going to the Super Bowl, so he doesn't know.
Well, oh yeah, what was his Cowboy? Did he say what his Cowboy Super Bowl percent was?
I can actually say it now because Steel City just came out. So on Steel City Commuters with McKenna Smith, Nick Brown went on the longest Cowboy rant that I ever heard him go on. And he said the playoff chances and Super Bowl chances are now down to a whopping 20%.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and he said he may even need to find a new team. That was quote from Nick Brown.
Wow, that's the biggest one there. New team.
New
for Nick
team.
Brown.
So
Cowboys fan all his life.
He's not being a Cardinals fan though. I've been suffering long enough.
So,
We don't.
so is Nick getting that haircut?
He might have to. Nick, you're getting a mohawk.
Yeah.
You're getting a
Wow.
mohawk.
I want to see that. I would
Because
love to see
he
that.
made the dumbest bet of all time with Austin that if they went to the Super Bowl, he would go bald, and if they missed it, he'd get a mohawk.
I guess I'm keeping my hair, Nate.
That's an incredible bet by Nick Brown.
It's a great
What
bet.
were the odds on that? I don't think that was a very smart odds prediction to
He
kind of
made
move.
it because we were arguing, and I said, "Listen, Nick Brown. I said if the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, I will go bald." And he's like, "Shake on it." I stuck my hand out, no hesitation. I was like, "I will
Hey,
shake on that." I
hey.
know.
Logan Wilson and Quinnen Williams are going to save the Cowboys season.
Yeah, Logan Wilson woohoo,
Yeah, I
with
mean-
Matt Eberflus still.
I mean, whenever he made that bet, they still had a pass rusher. That was really good.
They did have Micah Parsons, and then I think it was 2
they're-
weeks
they
later.
They were 3-6 at one point last year. They're 3-5-1 now.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed for them.
Nope.
So
Hey, they're coming off a bye. Who knows? I mean, they're playing the Raiders. We'll get to that later. That's gonna be a blowout. But
maybe
maybe.
not.
oh, if the Raiders beat the Cowboys, I will laugh so hard.
That will
And Matt Plangy, that's for you too.
That will make my year.
Matt Plangy thinks Dak is still the MVP too. I'm like, come on.
Not with the losing record.
No.
Nah.
Not at all. Next game we got is the Texans and Titans. Now, the Texans actually surprised a lot of people beating the Jaguars last week. And the reason why it was such a surprise, Stroud was out, Davis Mills was in. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a big Mills fan. I used to call him Mills Mafia coming out of Stanford because
Wow.
I thought if he would have stayed another year, he could have been a first-round pick. That was my bold prediction.
He was
on Davis Mills.
solid. He was solid at Stanford for sure. I mean, they've fallen off so much without him, and certainly when Andrew Luck was there.
Yeah, I thought he was so cool. So I was like, I want him in the NFL. So when he came into this game, I was like, okay, I could kind of see it, but I'm pretty sure Lucas and I both picked the Jags last week. This time, though, they're playing the Titans, one of the worst teams in football. Cam Ward, rookie quarterback, already on his second head coach. Who are we going with in this game?
I'm gonna pick Houston.
Ooh.
I don't think I've picked Tennessee. I think I've picked Tennessee one time this season, and they upsetted me. So I should just stick on the train of never picking Tennessee. And I think Houston's the better team, and I think that Mills had a solid game. So I was very surprised. I thought that Mills was gonna just make this team even worse, but he somehow made them pretty good. So I'm gonna stick on the Mills train.
Is Stroud? Did they say he might be coming back?
I think he's day to day. That's
He's
the last
day-to-day?
report. That
Well,
I
either
read.
way, I'm gonna pick Houston. You can't pick Tennessee. I mean, they're just a train wreck. They almost beat the Chargers, but everything went their way in that game to even be close. Tennessee's a train wreck. I just don't see them keeping up. and is scoring it all against the Houston defense is really good. Their offense has been struggling at times, but I'm going to go with Houston to get this win. They need it to have any chance at the playoffs.
No, exactly, and I fully agree with you. If they want any hope to even make the playoffs or even win this division, they need to win this game. They already beat the Jaguars, which is good. Now you got to keep winning, and division opponents is the most important opponents you play throughout the year. Yes, it's on the road. That doesn't matter. I'm going to go with Houston as well. This game's rough because both of these teams took a loss last week. Falcons, of course, lost to the Colts, and then the Panthers lost to the Saints, which I was actually pretty surprised by. Who we going with? I'm going to go with you first, Nate. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I like Bryce Young a lot. I'm a big Bryce Young fan.
I like Bryce Young too. I do.
But I'm so 50-50 on this team.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta in this game. I think the Panthers, I mean, you have that opportunity to go to 6-4. You're playing the hapless Saints at home. Tyler Shuck, I mean, come on. And Bryce Young, every game it seems like he throws for 110 yards, and they eke out a win. Last year he took big steps, and this year I feel like he's taking a step back. I just can't pick Carolina in this spot, although they did have a great road win the last time up against the Packers. But I'm going to take Atlanta. I think they've played a lot better than that 3-6 record. I think they need to get a win here. They've been in a lot of close games. I'm going to take the Falcons at home.
All right, Lucas. Who we got?
I'm going to do the thing I should never do, and I'm actually going to pick Atlanta.
Oh.
I know the curse is a thing. I think if they can get the ball rolling with Bijan, it'll be good. If they can get the ball to London, it'll be good. I think they have a lot of good players on this team. I feel like they just don't know how to necessarily use the talent that they have. And I feel like sometimes it feels like the talent's limited. Like, I feel like Bijan looked limited last week.
He hasn't been at his best recently.
Yeah.
He has, like, these tremendous games. Then he'll have games where it's like, where was Bijan in this game?
I don't know if it's like a him thing or a coaching thing or a team thing. I don't know what it is. But I feel like if you can get the ball to the players that deserve the ball, then this should be a pretty easy win. But I do think it'll end up being a very close game.
Nate, I'm going to give you a little history lesson real quick. I started 2 Jagoffs 3 years ago. I started in the corner of my bedroom. We then moved into a different studio. Now we've been using the media hub a lot this past year. Over the course of those last 3 years, we developed a thing called the Atlanta curse. Every time I pick the Falcons, they lose. Every time I don't pick the Falcons, they win. I think the Atlanta curse is going to continue and trickle into this week, which is why I'm going with the Panthers. And the reason why I'm also going with the Panthers is because of Rico Dowdle. I know he only had 53 yards last week off of 18 carries, but the Falcons are down 2 of their starting interior defensive linemen. If they can open up that hole for Rico Dowdle, I don't see why the Panthers lose this game.
And the Falcons have struggled for years with that D-line and with a pass rush. That's a great point, I think, but we'll see. These two teams, it's like, what are these teams? You know?
They're just kind of fighting for a spot. I think we could all agree this is the Buccaneers division at the end of the year.
Yeah, the Bucs have been so hampered with injuries, and they still got a big cushion in the division.
Right, and I mean the Panthers. I mean they're starting to like get up there, but I mean that loss last week.
They're not a serious. You can't lose that game.
You can't lose to the Saints, and same thing goes with the Falcons. Bears and Vikings are next. Lions and Tigers and Bears, or I guess you could say Packers and Bears and Vikings. Oh my. I want to hear your thoughts, Lucas. Who we got in this game? Because I know we were talking up Caleb Williams a lot this year. Do you think he's living up to that standard?
I feel like everybody thought he was like this great guy because of what he did to Cincinnati. I still think that he still has a lot to learn and develop. I think that this is going to be a test for him because he's going up against the team with the best receiver in the league, has a decent overall offense, a decent-ish defense. It's just the only thing with Minnesota is I don't like their quarterback room. I haven't liked it for a long time. They have great talent, and once again, it feels like Atlanta. They just can't. This time, they just can't use it. They don't have the power at QB to use their offensive weapons. Their tight end should be much better than he is. Jefferson obviously is the best in the league, but even he sometimes looks like he's limited by the rest of his team alone. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think Minnesota should win this game. I don't see a reason why they should lose. I think they should be targeting Jefferson as much as they possibly can. And if they do, then I think they're going to beat Chicago. I think that Chicago has a lot of flaws.
Yeah, me and Lucas, we're agreeing on a lot of stuff here. I got the Vikings in this game. I just think the Bears, Caleb Williams to me is a very mid-tier quarterback still. In that draft class, I had Jane Daniels 1, Drake May 2, Caleb.
Oh, you had Caleb 3.
I had Caleb 4 behind Bo Nix.
Honestly, that's not bad.
And it's kind of worked. I was really high. I love Jane Daniels coming out of LSU, and I like Drake May. But I just thought it was just very wonky at SC. He made a lot of decisions where it was just a matter of talent with his receivers. He's just throwing it up, making these plays. You can't do that in the NFL. And I just think it's been his best season so far, but there's still these games where it's like something's missing here. I think the Vikings, they need to win this game at home. I think the Bears have had all these just a bunch of fluky wins. I mean, you talk about the Cincinnati game. You talk about this game against the Giants last week. And the 1-point win against Vegas, the win against Washington. There was a lot of wins that you're like we got the dub. That's all that matters. I'm going to take Minnesota. I don't trust J.J. McCarthy, little J.J. at all. He's not good at all in my opinion. But I think at home that defense is going to hound Caleb Williams. And the Bears' defense is not very good. I'm going to take the Vikings to win.
I'm going to agree with you guys on your result, but I'm going to slightly disagree with you on the narrative. I agree that the Bears are going to win this game against the Vikings. I believe Caleb Williams still has a lot to prove, and I'm glad that Ben Johnson's there because I believe Ben Johnson's the best guy.
The Vikings.
Oh, you both said the Vikings?
Yeah, we have the Vikings.
Oh, you both have the Vikings
Yeah.
in this game. I thought you said Bears. Well, my apologies, then I fully disagree with you both, actually. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears because I believe that J.J. McCarthy's not ready. I'll just be honest with you.
I agree with you there.
I am
Yeah.
not a J.J. McCarthy fan. Lucas, we talked about it before in the draft special. I was never sold on him. I was surprised he even went in the first round.
He didn't do anything in Michigan. It was all scripted plays, and it was like throw a deep shot every once in a while. Just hand it off to the running backs.
Exactly. And I understand that this is a Brian Flores coach defense in Minnesota, but if anybody's going to know a Brian Flores coach defense, it's Ben Johnson. I mean, let's not forget Ben Johnson was the former offensive coordinator over in Detroit. I want to get on a different player, though, real quick. Where's Justin Jefferson? Now, I understand that J.J. McCarthy hasn't been giving him the best looks throughout the first couple weeks that he's been playing, but Jalen Naylor was the leading receiver last week for the Minnesota Vikings. He had over 124 yards. Justin Jefferson barely had 50. So Justin Jefferson, and I went back and watched the tape because I was like, wait, is J.J. McCarthy just not looking at Jefferson? Is Jefferson dropping the ball? What's going on? After going back and watching the tape, Jefferson actually had some wide open plays where he could have easily broke the defender, and he did not. So I'm actually going to get on Justin Jefferson a little bit. I believe Justin Jefferson needs to step up and create some better separation to give his quarterback a better look.
I think that's fair. I think a lot of times when you have this quarterback who's unproven, is maybe struggling, it's like all on that quarterback and not on the receiving core. But I think there is some blame to go around. That was crazy, Jalen Naylor. What a game by him.
Oh, Naylor was balling.
He was all over the field. That was a game where the Vikings had some costly turnovers that prevented them from staying in it against Baltimore. But yeah, I was never sold on J.J. McCarthy, and this kind of has solidified it so far. He could still get better, but I just don't really see it.
Right, and you guys are both going Vikings.
Yeah.
So I'm going Bears here. It's going to be a close game, though, because it's NFC North football. I mean, we all understand that. So that's my results. Next game, Chargers-Jaguars. Oh, boy. See, I didn't think this game would be as good, but now that I'm starting to think about it, this is a very important game for both teams. Very important for the seedings this year, especially for the Chargers. Obviously, Nate, I apologize. And Lucas, you both are Steelers fans here. I know the Chargers defeated the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Jaguars, though, they just completely blew it against the Texans. I want to hear your thoughts on this first, Nate. What was your thoughts on that Chargers win against your Steelers?
Well, I thought it was a great performance from the Chargers. I think just holding up for the most part against that Steeler D-line, that was very impressive to me. Committing to the run game was important for me because, I mean, 25 carries by the back. What was the back for the Chargers?
For the Chargers, I'm
forgetting his name now.
Not Hampton, not Harris.
The guy from Troy. I can't.
Yes.
But anyway, he got 25 for 95, and the Steelers did not commit to the run game. It was an impressive win for the Chargers, although it kind of felt like everything was going wrong for the Steelers that could go wrong. But that's the Steelers for you. So as for the Jaguars, last year on We Are Family, we had our picks every week too. And I picked the Jaguars to win the division going into the season last year. That was like the hot, trendy pick. And I picked them like in every game. And they lost like every game. And this year I've kind of picked them a little bit. And they've been so for me. I have no idea what's going to go on in this game. I trust Herbert, though, more than I do Trevor Lawrence in the end. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game. Not very confidently, because if the Jaguars lose this game, I think they're done for the playoffs, because I think Kansas, they got to get a multiple game lead on like the Kansas Cities, the Baltimores or the Steelers, kind of wild card potential teams to make it, because they're just they're just a goofy team that screws up games they're supposed to win, like we saw last week. So I'm gonna go Chargers in this one.
And just so you know, the running back was Kimani Vidal.
Vidal, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, it was Vidal, and he had an incredible game. Absolutely incredible game. Lucas, I'm going to steal spotlight for 1 second. I want to go Chargers here on this game. I like the Jaguars a lot. I really like the culture that Liam Cohen's starting to bring into this
He's done a
team.
good job, yeah.
I thought he was a really good hire. Might have been one of the best coaching hires from this past offseason. But Jim Harbaugh, man, I love his energy, and I love what he's doing for Justin Herbert. I love what he's doing for these players, and through the injuries, through both running backs being down, through Joe Alt being down, which is a big loss, they are still finding ways to win. They showed out on primetime Sunday Night Football against the Steelers. I don't see why they don't do the same against the Jags.
I'm going to hold my Steeler rant for a minute until we get to that game. I'll go off on them a little bit.
Steeler rant. We had a Cowboy rant, now a Steeler rant this week? I love it.
I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to choose the Chargers here. I'm not going to sound like a broken record because you guys said it all already, but I think the Chargers are just the better team.
And again, the thing is, too, with the Chargers I find so interesting, this AFC West division, the Chiefs are starting to come up a little bit. But, I mean, the Broncos are there. The Chargers are there. This is a competitive division.
The Broncos play. I got to talk about the Broncos. They play the Kansas City. Yeah, I got to talk about the Broncos because it is ridiculous what they're pulling right now.
Oh,
this is.
I already have a feeling I know we're going to go.
We get a Dallas rant, a Broncos rant, and a Steelers rant.
I know. This is great. I'm just living life over here.
Is the Steelers
You got to get a rant.
I had a Cardinal rant 2 weeks ago. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
I had a Cardinal.
Are we going to the Steelers game next? Is that what we're going to?
I was going to go to the Bucks and Bills next, but if you want to jump to Steelers Bengals, we can.
All right, well, we'll jump to that one then.
All right, Lucas, that's the tone for us. Steelers and Bengals. I mean, this is all you, my friend. I'll sit back.
All right. Pittsburgh. My lovely team, Pittsburgh Steelers. I cannot understand why Joey Porter Jr. is still looked at as our best back on this team. He gets so many unnecessary penalties from grabbing on. I believe, as I also believe with another player on our team on the offense, he is only there because of his name. I think that we brought him here because his dad is a legend on the team, and I've said this about Connor Hayward a million times. He's only there because of his name as well. And every week it stands true. I've said this since, last season I started calling him out. Same with Hayward, I called him out last season. I still call them out every single game because they both suck every single game. But we keep them here anyways, and we never mention them. Aaron Rodgers. You got to learn how to get rid of the ball and stop taking these sacks. There's so many times, especially on that play where the Chargers got a safety. There was a guy open that would have got us 5 yards. It wouldn't have been a great play. He would have got hit almost immediately. But why are we taking the safety? I know he basically fumbled because he ran into our lineman. But you're supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Why are you running into the end zone in the first place? You got to run for. If you're going to take a sack, take it the 1 yard line or 2 yard line. Don't go deeper into the end zone. That's the second mistake. The offensive line actually looks pretty good, I'm not going to lie. They gave up a lot of pressures and stuff, but compared to how our lines looked over the past couple of years, there was still improvement. Fatanu, even though he's technically the one that fumbled Aaron Rodgers, I don't really blame him for that one. Rodgers kind of ran into him while Fatanu was trying to block for him. So I like our line still. Injuries are riddling this team, too. I mean, we've had Slay go down. How many games has he gone down now? 4 games?
Every game he gets hurt.
Every game it feels like. Porter actually got hurt during this game too, but I think our defense has been decently impressive if we could just stop the penalty problem. We give up a lot of stupid penalties. I know Highsmith got penalized, Porter got penalized twice, a couple other just stupid little penalties here and there, and our offense cannot get rolling either. It looks like if one side of the ball is good, the other side is just gonna suck for the whole night. Because our offense is good at the start of the season, and we questioned where's the highest paid defense at. Then the defense got good, and the offense fell off. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a coaching thing where you're only focusing on working with some of the players during practice, maybe Tomlin's helping the defense at practice and just letting the offense do their thing. I don't know what it is. You have a 6'7" tight end in
I had to.
I know. In Washington. You have Jonnu Smith, who's a Pro Bowl tight end, and you have Pat Fryermuth, who could be a top 10 on any other team, but he's not because we refuse to throw him the ball. You have DK Metcalf, who can easily jump up and go fight for the ball. And then you have okay receivers in Wilson and Austin who just have some speed to them. It just seems like you can't get it going, though. It seems like Rodgers only likes to target people that are in coverage. No one on this team can get open. And in the red zone, why are we not using Darnell Washington? We use him to get down the field and then forget he exists whenever we're in the red zone. You should be throwing to him on every single play in the red zone. He is taller than any defensive player he's going to go up against. So I don't know what that's about. For this game specifically, I'm going to choose Pittsburgh. I don't think we're losing to Cincinnati twice this year. If we get exposed by this receiver core again, I'm going to cry. We just signed a player to our practice squad who's actually pretty good from the Chargers, I think.
Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah,
Yep.
he came from the Chargers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know he had like a big back fusion and stuff, but before that he played pretty good. So with how hurt our backfield defense is, I'd like to, maybe see him get a chance if we can, but especially considering he was pretty good at covering top tier receivers whenever he was or before he got injured. But I think we have a lot of flaws, and if we can't solve them, then we're going to get exposed again by the same receiving core that exposed us the first time around.
Nate?
Well,
I know it's hard to follow up that.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that. That was, all the points were correct. That was just one of those Steeler games on Sunday. I've grown tired of them. I think the issue started at the top. I rant about Mike Tomlin every week on our podcast, but I'll save that for then. I'll just talk about this game here where the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Flacco in particular knows how to beat this defense. With the Colts against the Steelers, they cooked them. That's why Tomlin didn't want him to play. He was like, let's keep Anthony Richardson in the game. Against the Bengals, obviously, everything wide open. Like clockwork, slant, completion. But are they? They're off a bye too, Cincinnati. But are they on quit watch this season? I know Joe Burrow might be coming back, but you're 3-6. You've had crushing losses that you should have won if you had any defense. You would win. Their defense is just so poor, though. I think Steelers at home. These AFC North battles usually split them. That's usually how it happens in the AFC North. I'm terrible at picking the Steelers. I always pick the wrong side here. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I might jinx them. I hope I don't, but honestly, if they lose, then they deserve it. So I'm going to take the Steelers to win that matchup. Not looking forward to it whatsoever.
Lucas, you put the nail in the coffin, my friend. Every point that you said was correct. From top to bottom, offense to defense, coach to player, you nailed everything except for one thing, and that was the result. Cincinnati's going to win this game, and I'm going to tell you why Cincinnati's going to win this game. Nate, you brought up a really good point. Slant. The Bengals know how to play the short field. They know how to play the short field in terms of their offense. And I believe Joe Flacco is such an expert at picking apart defenses, even up with his age. Obviously, he can't escape out of the pocket. Obviously, he's not mobile. But he does such a good job at being able to read defenses. We talk about how Cincinnati's defense is practically non-existent. We can say the same thing about Pittsburgh's. Too many penalties, too many injuries, and players out of position. Why is Peyton Wilson dropping in coverage? Can I just be honest with you guys? That has been something I've been picking apart all year. I love Peyton Wilson as a pass rusher. I love Peyton Wilson trying to get to the quarterback. But the second he drops back into coverage to cover a tight end, he gets exposed every single play. Why?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because Patrick Queen is much worse. Yeah, that's a low bar.
Oh, my God, he's awful, too.
And Cole Holcomb is a run-stopping linebacker. They have not known how to get a linebacker in ages. And they let their best linebacker, Landon Roberts, walk in free agency. Didn't pay him $2 million.
Preach, Nate. Preach.
They are... I could go on a... You're getting me riled up
I'm
here,
getting you all riled up.
about the
wrestling
Steelers.
will be coming out.
Joey Porter is a joke, frankly.
You want to know what I call him? I call him PP, penalty Porter.
Well, it's not even that. He gets beat every play. He has to grab because he gets beat on almost every play. And even the ones where they're say, oh, what a great pass defended by Joey Porter. He's grabbing and the refs could call it, but you can't call every one of them. So he is very bad. Darius Slay's old and washed up. Obviously, he looks like Patrick Peterson 2.0. I love Ramsey at safety. I love Kyle Duggar now. I think he's a good player.
I like Duggar.
And I like getting Asante Samuel Jr. These are good moves here by Omar Khan, Kyle Duggar, and Asante Samuel Jr. But it's just, again, this defense, this scheme, Mike Tomlin does not change anything week in and week out. The guys, the offensive minds that know how to expose this defense do it with regularity every time. So I can easily see a Bengals win here because this is Mike Tomlin in a big spot.
I'll tell you why Peyton Wilson's on coverage, because Mike Tomlin looked at the tape. He saw him run fast one single time. It was like, yeah, you're a cover guy now.
Peyton Wilson, he has like a tremendous game against Indianapolis. He's all over the field. He's rushing the quarterback. He's getting deflection sacks. And then he'll have a game where he got a speed. What a speedster, Peyton Wilson, and you see him getting beat by the slowest tight end you've ever seen. It's incredible. I just wish he was more consistent, because I think he could be good.
I think he just forgets he's supposed to cover the tight end. I think he's just like kind of like sitting there like, man, I really want to run at that quarterback. Oh, the play started. Oh, the tight end's down there.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that you bring up. Yeah, I don't, and I love Peyton Wilson. I really do, but I don't understand it. I'm going Cincinnati though. The next game I want to talk about is a big game. And when I say big game, I actually mean this is a big game. Buffalo, Tampa Bay. A lot of people would have thought this could have been a Super Bowl prediction early in the season. I don't know if we can say the same now because of Tampa's injuries and Buffalo's recent string of losses. I want to go to you on this one first, Nate. I know you said earlier you had something to say about the Bills. What do you think about this game?
Well, the Bills, I mean, what an inconsistent bunch.
It was the Broncos? I apologize.
Well, I got to talk about the Bills too, because it's...
Thank you. Two teams with a B.
I will talk about the Broncos too, but the Bills, it's just crazy how inconsistent they've been. And you look at their talent, they should be right there. You see them beat Kansas City and really not dominate, but they were clearly the better team in that matchup. And then you see them completely lay an egg against a hapless Miami Dolphins team that's looking to Cancun already. Like, they've been looking since the first 3 games of the season. And, I mean, Tampa Bay, I love Tampa Bay. I love Todd Bowles. I love Baker. I just love what they have going on. They're so injured. But the Bills, like, if there's going to be any year, we talk about this every year, if there's going to be any year for the Bills to usurp the Chiefs at the top of the AFC, it's this year. It really could have been last year with the Chiefs, all those close wins. But this year, the Chiefs have that bad record. You beat them head-to-head. We won't know that until the playoffs. I think at home, Buffalo's going to be ready. They're going to have that mindset. I think they're going to win this game, but people are really questioning Sean McDermott right now, and if he really has it, I think there's an argument that could have been made. He could have been fired earlier. Mm-hmm. I wasn't necessarily in that camp because I think he's a good football coach, but there is a question, can they make it to the next level, which is the Super Bowl and winning it, and we won't know that until the playoffs. But for now, I'm going to go Buffalo.
I'm going to go Buffalo as well. I like Tampa Bay a lot, and it's basically the same narrative I've been saying like the past 3 weeks. They're just too hurt for me to pick them right now. They have easily one of the greatest wide receiver rooms, if not the best wide receiver room in all of football, when healthy. It seems like every year this team can just not keep their guys healthy, which sucks to see. And obviously this year with like Mike Evans, he's not going to get his record. Godwin went down very early on. Ibuka, one of the best rookies, went down. So there's just a lot of issues there. Baker is having another great season, which is why I think this game's going to be very close. He's very good at keeping games close and winning them in the last few minutes of the game. But I just think this Bills team is going to come off. They're going to want a revenge game. They're going to want to score a lot of points. And I just don't know if Tampa Bay can keep up with the amount of points that the Bills can put up.
This game screams revenge game to me, too. I see Buffalo coming out wanting to get revenge, but let's not forget, Tampa does have some pretty solid depth. They got Tez Johnson. They got Sterling Shepard.
That's why you draft those receivers. I mean, people are like, why are the Bucs adding Emeka Ibuka and everything? Because he's really good, and because they have Chris Godwin, who's hurt a lot. We love Chris Godwin. We love Mike Evans, but they get hurt. Mike Evans misses 5 games a year and still gets 1,000 yards receiving every year. It sucks he can't get definitely won't get the record this year.
No, it sucks he won't. But hey, they have great versatility within their offense. I love Cade Otton too. Rashad White coming in for Bucky Irvin a lot. But the biggest thing for me is Tampa Bay's defense. I mean, Kalijah Kancey going down early in the season was a big loss. That's a Pitt guy for us, Nate. Hail to Pitt.
Kalijah Kancey and Servassier is at the linebacker spot.
Yes,
yep.
Hail to Pitt. We love to see it, but I just can't pick the Bucs here. I think the Bills want that revenge game. Bills, they weren't expecting to get beat that bad by the Dolphins last week, so they're going to come out there. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a very close game. I'm going Buffalo on top, though. Now we go to the 4:05 games. First of 2, this is going to be another blowout. If you guys are expecting a rant, I'm not going to go on one. I already gave up on Kyler Murray. Cardinal season's over. It's been over. Give me the Niners. That's all I got to say.
Give me Arizona.
Really? I
Give me
respect it.
Arizona.
I respect it, but I don't see
taking
it.
Arizona. Is it Jacoby Brissett?
It is Jacoby Brissett.
Well, then give me Arizona.
Did you not see what happened to Seattle last week? Got our ass kicked.
Well, you know what? Seattle is my best team in football.
I agree.
You know, and so that Seattle Rams game we're going to talk about. Wow, that might be game of the year. I mean, I think that's the two best teams in football right now.
Oh, yeah.
But Arizona, they got to win one of these games, man. I mean, they've been so close in some of them. The Niners are really injured too, and they had a no-show effort against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of that has contributed to the injuries, and the Rams are really good. But I think the Niners are kind of in that same boat, just a little better than the Cardinals. But I think the Cardinals at home, I think they're going to get a weird win here. They always have these weird wins, you know, where you're not expecting them. And then they come out, even against the Colts, you're not expecting them to do nothing. They come out and they honestly really could have won that game.
See, I'm not going to fully disagree with you on that, but here's my issue. They're so banged up. Wilson, one of the best interior linebackers we had all year, is still down. Melton and Will Johnson, our two starting corners, were down last week. Obviously, Murray's on the bench. We don't have a running game right now. We still have Bam Knight and DeMarcado who we're using. So that's the only reason why I'm still 50-50 on it. But here's the thing. We already won the Super Bowl if you think about it. The Cardinals already won their Super Bowl. They beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football again. So I'm content with the Cardinals losing every game the rest of the year. I'm content.
Wow.
I'm at peace.
That's like West Virginia fans. They beat Pitt and they're content with their, even though they've got a couple wins, which is the tip of the cap to the Mountaineer faithful.
Give Brissett the rest of the season. Let Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride continue to cook on offense, and then we will be done. We will be through. Lucas, who you got though? You're the deciding factor here. I got San Fran. Nate got Arizona.
Yeah, you know, last time I disagreed with Austin and picked his Cardinals whenever he said not to pick them. It went very bad. And
hey, you want to remind Nate what game that was specifically? You want to remind him?
It was Cardinals versus Tennessee.
Oh, I was thinking Cardinals Pittsburgh, but okay, that works.
Oh, well, no, because I said you're gonna win, then you said Tennessee, and I think Tennessee won. Or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Tennessee won.
Well,
Yeah.
you had the right side though. I mean, in that game, I mean, the Cardinals were the much better team. That was one of the worst choke jobs you're gonna see in the NFL.
I still have nightmares from it.
Oh my gosh.
So I am gonna pick San Fran. I think that at the moment they are the better team, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jacoby Brissett somehow wins this game.
Ooh, Jacoby Brissett's nice. And is it Mac Jones still, or are we going back to Brock Purdy?
Yeah, Mac Jones. I mean, I assume it will be. He's. I said this on the podcast a couple weeks ago. He's almost dead. I mean, they're just throwing him out there every week, and he's performing well, but he can barely move every game. He's walking the sideline with one of the biggest limps you'll ever see. He's like, and he just wins games and he performs well.
I did
So
the start of the season telling a Cardinals fan and San Francisco fan that their starting quarterbacks are gonna be Mac Jones and Jacoby Brissett,
and they're the better options.
Whenever Purdy and Murray both get benched because they were the worst options.
Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thought? I want to start off this next game, if you don't mind, boys. We got the Seahawks and the Rams. I'm going to agree with the statement they made before. And the same statement I said last week. I think the Seahawks are the best team in football right now. And I want to give full praise to Sam Darnold. I don't know if you know this or not, Nate. Sam Darnold's actually one of, if not my favorite quarterback in football. Love Sam Darnold.
A lot of people love Sam Darnold.
Loved him ever
I like
since
Sam Darnold.
Loved him ever since coming out of college because, again, he was drafted the same year Rosen was and Jackson and
And
Allen.
you preferred him much more over Josh Rosen.
I prefer Darnold. Yeah, don't remind me, Lucas. I know Josh Rosen's awful. But whenever he went to Minnesota finally, my dad, who is the other Jagoff who joins us for the weekly predictions, he got on me every single week about Darnold. He's a system quarterback. He's just a system quarterback. It's O'Connell, which, again, I agree. Kevin O'Connell was like the quarterback guru up there. But I don't fully believe it was just the system. It was just the pieces built around him. He was the one winning those games, just like he was the one that lost those last two games of the season, one of them being the playoff game. Right now, though, Sam Darnold is cooking. There's no denying it. He's up there in the MVP conversation with May. He is absolutely lighting it up. And I got to give Jackson Smith and Jigba some credit, too. He is the best receiver in football right now. Right now, as we stand, he could be the offensive player of the year. Love what I'm seeing out of JSN. Love what I'm seeing out of this defense as well. I mean, they got a top 5 corner.
Oh, I love their defense. They
top
are
5 corner.
I mean,
Witherspoon, I mean, absolutely.
When you watch them, that D-line is really, really good. Their linebackers are flying around. I mean, teams cannot do anything running the ball even against Seattle. They're just really good.
They're arguably the most complete team right now. The culture has changed, but I mean, the Rams with Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams. I mean, this is such a tough game to pick. It's literally a coin flip. Flip it up in the air.
It'll
heads.
probably be a home game for the Seahawks because the Rams and the Chargers still have their issues with filling their stadium full of their fans. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go Seattle, though. I believe the Seahawks are going to win this game on the road. What about you, Nate?
You know what? I'm really excited for this game. I think these are, like I said earlier, the two best teams in football right now. Sam Darnold, you were talking about, Austin, how is he just a system quarterback? Well, I mean, he still performed. That was him throwing the passes and him reading the defense and everything. And obviously he's proven. Now, when you have Jackson Smith-Njigba, it's a little easier because he is the best at just getting open. You could put him in the slot. They put him there a lot. You could put him out wide, and he'll get open no matter what. He's one of those guys that's just always open. He's so fast. Torrey Horton stepped up, the rookie, really big time for Seattle. I just like their group. They always have these solid tight ends that you don't really know their names, but they always perform when you need them.
That's a good point.
I think Seattle's really good, but Matt Stafford, he's been tremendous. I think the Rams at home, I think they're going to run the ball okay. I think this is a spot the Rams are looking at, Seattle's here. This is our division. This has been our division for a little while now. I'm going to take the Rams at home. I could easily see either team winning, though.
Yeah, I could very easily see either team winning. I am going to be straightforward and say that I'm picking Seattle. But I think this is easily best game this week, possibly game of the year, as you said earlier. Two of probably the best teams from each respective divisions and stuff. So I think it's going to be a very close game, and I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game. But I think Seattle is just overall has the better team right now. Is LA still dealing with injuries? I haven't really kept up.
Depends on where you look at.
Well, yeah, they always have defensive injuries, so that'll be a question.
Is Nakua in?
I think he's
Puka?
back.
Yeah, Puka's.
I'm pretty sure he's back now. Yeah.
Puka's back. Kyron Williams still doing his thing. Got Blake Corum also in the backfield.
It's going to be a really close game. I think it's just going to be who can score more touchdowns.
The Rams receiving core, though, I mean, what a move. I mean, at the time, I was really praising it, getting Devontae Adams. People were saying, oh, look what he did with the Jets. The Jets, you cannot take, a case in point, Sam Darnold, you cannot take what a player does with the Jets at value whatsoever. They're just so awful as a franchise. You just go to New York, go to the Meadowlands, and you're just 10 times worse as a player. And you see with Sam Darnold, he goes to Carolina. That's a bad organization, too. He goes to San Francisco, great organization, Kyle Shanahan. Goes to Minnesota, Kevin O'Connell, and that's why he's so good. I mean, you can't say that with these players that play with the Jets. And we knew what Devontae Adams was, and people are still saying he's old, he's washed up. I love Devontae Adams. I love their receiving core. But, I could easily see. I love what Seattle's doing this year. They've just been tremendous.
It's player purgatory in the Jets, as I like to call it. It's player purgatory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Justin Fields. The Jets are paying you a good amount of money relative to what you're worth, but be careful. That might be your last paycheck because they can ruin careers.
Might just be. Now, this is the game that we're all been waiting for. Nate, before you go on your little rant, let me set the tone for you. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. It's a 425 matchup. AFC West implications are certainly on the line in this game. The Chiefs are starting to find their footing now. They have Rashee Rice back. They have Xavier Worthy. They're also coming off of a bye. Now, the Broncos are coming off of arguably one of the worst Thursday Night Football games that I thankfully have never seen before against the Las Vegas Raiders, where they won 10-7. Is this finally the year where Kansas City gets removed from their throne and Denver sits atop it, or is the same theme going to continue? I'm passing it to Nate. You said you had a Denver Bronco rant. I apologize for getting it mixed up with Buffalo.
No, it's all good. No, I can rant about anybody. but you say you didn't sit through that game. I did.
I was at Thursday Night Fights, thank goodness.
Yeah, well, and you do a great job.
I appreciate that.
With that. That's tremendous stuff. For We Are Family, I picked the Raiders to win. So I knew that game was gonna happen. I knew that the Broncos are gonna be a little tight. Sleepwalk through it. We got Kansas City next week. Huge game in Denver, and it's more about the Raiders because they are just a complete joke. I mean, Pete Carroll. Should they have even hired him? I mean, what is he doing? Geno Smith can't move. And he's like, oh, we got Kenny Pickett on the sideline. And I don't care who the backup was. Geno Smith can't move. You're handing the ball off every play. Put somebody else in there. And he's like, no, Geno Smith, he's about to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Let's keep him out there and have him just hand the ball off, and we'll kick a 55-yard field goal in the swirling wind and lose that game. So that was more about what that is. Denver they are fraudulent, though. They're like the most obvious fraud team. I think Kansas City's going to win this game. Denver, so many close wins here. The Texans were the right side 2 weeks ago. They get lucky with Stroud getting out. Obviously, last week, you talk about the Giants game. That's the most obvious what is going on here. That's why Brian Dable got fired. I mean, when you lose when you're up by, what were they up, like 19-0 going into the fourth, and they give up 33 points. I mean, they're very fraudulent. I still think Kansas City's the best team in that division. I don't care what their record is until they're proven otherwise. I love the dynasties. Give me Kansas City. Even though I grew up like the Broncos. I've always liked the Broncos. I'm a Nuggets fan. I like Denver.
Oh, you're a Nuggets fan, okay.
Yeah, I love the Nuggets. And so I've always liked Denver. And I love their uniforms on Thursday night. Those were tremendous. I love their throwbacks. They should just always use those uniforms. But I'm going with Kansas City in this game. I just think Mahomes, he's playing great this season. Bo Nix has not played very well. And I like Bo Nix, but he just hasn't. So I think on the road, Kansas City, it's a real huge game. They're third in the division. Like, this is do or die for Kansas City right now. So I'm going to go with my homeboy.
My homeboy.
Mahomes. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to take Kansas City here. I feel like this is like you said, a do or die moment for Kansas City. I feel like Mahomes knows he kind of needs to win this game, or else his playoff chances are kind of thrown up in the air right now. Denver, like you said, they've won a lot of games that they should have realistically lost. I mean, they should have lost against the Giants. They should have lost against the Raiders. They should have lost against a bunch of teams. I just don't know if I can trust them to win this game coming off of a 10-7 win against the Raiders. In any normal situation that's not the Raiders, they lose that game if you can only put up 10 points on them. But the Raiders are just that bad. I know it was a division game too, but so is this one. And if you can only put up 10 points against the Chiefs, then you're not winning this game. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game and both teams score more than 17 points combined, but I still think that the Chiefs are going to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, just Kansas City has just a lot more firepower on offense, too, so it's hard not to go with them. Patrick Mahomes has been lighting it up all season long. I know Travis Kelce doesn't exactly seem where he once was, but I've been defending the Chiefs for a very long time. I've been a big fan. My dad, obviously, as we all know, is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I have to watch all the Chiefs games with him and hear about that every single week. But at the end of the day, I'm starting to get on that Denver bandwagon in terms of they are frauds. Beginning of the year, I was talking about how great this defense was, how great this team was. I love what Sean Payton's doing. But over these last several weeks, I'm looking at this team and I'm like, you're either barely winning games or you're losing games that you should be winning. So, Nate, you're 100% right on that one. I got to go Kansas City. It is literally do or die. Make it or break it. This is it. This is the time. John Cena, time is now. You got to prove yourself. I got to go with Kansas City.
And Pat Surtain's been out for a while. He's not going to play.
That's a big loss.
And you got Rashee Rice, and he's really good. You got Xavier Worthy. You got these guys. Chiefs are getting really healthy. They get their bye. Now, to be fair to Denver, the Chiefs kind of did this last year, and they made it all the way to the Super Bowl, but the Broncos aren't the Chiefs dynasty, not even close. They haven't even started it yet. So you do not get, the benefit of the doubt in that regard, from me at least.
And I'm glad you still said dynasty, because I hate how people are saying the dynasty's over.
No, it's not over until they get bounced and they're finished. I think as long as Mahomes is there, it's a dynasty.
Fully agree. AFC North football is next. Ravens, Browns. Again, the Browns are pathetic, but this is the Ravens. Lamar is back. They're trying to fight to try and be in some sort of playoff position.
They will be in 2 weeks.
They will. A lot of people say that. Lucas, I want to go to you on this one first. You had your big Steeler rant earlier. Now this is your two arch nemesis. Who's winning and why?
I gotta say the Ravens here. I mean, the Browns are just so terrible. I don't know why you're not giving Shador a chance at this point. I mean, Gabriel, he's the hate on Gabriel is forced at this point. People are just hating him to hate on him. He's really not that terrible. But whenever your team overall is this terrible, I don't know why you wouldn't give Shador the chance at least. See what your rookie has in him. You benched Joe Flacco very early on to let Gabriel have a chance. Gabriel has shown pretty much all he can do with this team because it's that bad. Like, I don't think really any quarterback could thrive here. Why not at least see if you have a better quarterback in Shador? But they want to stick with Gabriel, and that's their call. So I think that the Ravens are going to come in here. Lamar's back. I think they're just going to steamroll over Cleveland. I don't think that Cleveland's a good team at all.
Yeah, and to your point, maybe with Shador, the Browns have a favorable kind of schedule in the second half. Now, if there was a game that you were going to throw Shador out there, it was probably going to be against the Jets, and you don't do that. But, you get the Raiders coming up, banged up 49ers, Tennessee, Bears defense, Bengals defense. So there's a lot of – and Steelers defense. So there's a lot of games. So maybe Shador does come in there. I think Dylan Gabriel's kind of even a poor man's Tua. I just think he's a great college quarterback, but he's not that guy in the NFL. I'm gonna go with Baltimore here. I do think the Ravens. They're only a game back now. It was 4 games back just a little over a month ago, and now it's 1 game. And the Ravens are the better team. They're better than the Steelers. Everybody said that going into the season. The Ravens are getting healthy now. Steelers have been a train wreck. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore to win this and to eventually win this division.
I originally said at the beginning of the year the Ravens are my Super Bowl favorites. Obviously, I'm still on the fence about that. I don't see if that's even going to happen, especially now that they're a game back, like you said, from Pittsburgh. But my, oh my, this Browns team is just god-awful. Even with a solid defense, I mean, like they do have some defensive stars. I love Myles Garrett still to this day, but I don't see a world where the Browns win. I really don't. I got to go Ravens too. Now we go to the Lions and Eagles Sunday night. I was excited for this game originally, and then I saw that game with the Eagles and Packers, and now I'm worried about this game. I'm going to go to you first, Nate. 2 top dogs in the NFC. Who's going to walk away with the dub?
Yeah, so kind of crazy. Detroit, they win 2 very contrasting ways. Detroit blows out the Commanders, offense humming. Eagles, defense blows the Packers away, and they can't do a thing offensively. I don't know what to make of this game at this point now. But I feel like you got to go with Detroit in this spot for me. I don't know. I was leaning Philly going into this today, but now that I'm thinking about it, I just feel like Detroit. Nick Sirianni, me and Payne on our podcast, we do not like Sirianni. We do not think he's any good, but he's a great motivator. There's a lot of coaches that are great motivators in this league that don't know very much actually about the game of football itself. But I think Dan Campbell. I love Dan Campbell. I love what he brings. He's a culture shifter for Detroit. And I just think Philly, they played tremendous defensively, but a lot of snaps on Monday night. It's a shorter week for them. Can they replicate that defensive performance against a Lions offense that did get stymied against the Vikings a little bit? But I think that's going to be tough to replicate with all their weapons. So I'm going to go Detroit here, but these are really good teams. I think the Eagles, I said before that 10-7 game, I was like, I think the Eagles are back a little bit because you saw Jalen Hurts taking deep shots and connecting with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith consistently. Then you have that game on Monday night where I'm like reevaluating everything kind of. But I'm going to go Detroit here, but I could see the Eagles winning at home as well.
I'm going to take Detroit as well. I think that Monday night game is kind of overhated a little bit. I feel like NFL fans nowadays, like,
it was one of the more entertaining 10-7 games. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of fans nowadays that don't actually like watch more than just the teams they like, they're spoiled. They think if their team doesn't put up like high 20 to like even 30 points a game, their team's bad and it's a boring game. That was a defensive masterclass game on both sides of the ball. That if you actually watch football for football and not for your team and constant scoring and cheering.
And fantasy.
Yeah, and fantasy. That was actually one of the better games overall because you got to see 2 defenses prove that they're elite this season, and you got to see some offenses where they were able to do things here and there, but the defenses are just that good. And leading into this game, a lot of people are picking Detroit, and I'm also picking Detroit because of how good they are offensively. But you got to think about it. You just watched how good Philadelphia's defense is at stopping offenses, and now you're going against a team that's very offensive strong. If that defense can hold this offense to low scoring points, you might win. But my biggest problem with Philadelphia is their relationship with A.J. Brown is officially terminated.
Did you guys see what he said today?
Yeah, he said to take him off if you have him in fantasy. That relationship is officially broken. And that's supposed to be your best receiver, but, I mean, this season they haven't been able to give him the ball at all. They've been throwing it to Smith the whole time. So I have a lot of concerns with Philadelphia, even going back to the Super Bowl if they can, or even a deep playoff run at this point. I think Detroit's just the more dominant team here. Unless that defense can really step it up against Detroit, I think Detroit just scores more points than Philadelphia can.
And defense wins you what, Lucas?
Championships.
Yes, it does. That's why I love the point you brought up. Where's Saquon Barkley? Can I just ask that real quick? Where the hell is Saquon
He's
Barkley?
He's on the Madden 26 cover.
He is on the Madden 26 cover, but he has been non-existent this NFL season. I mean, last year you break all kinds of records. You were leading rusher and everything, and now you're not even top 5 right now. Are you kidding me? Like, where is Saquon Barkley? Yes, I'm actually going to blame that on Nick Sirianni, which is probably going to make you and Peyton happy. I don't understand why the hell they're not getting him more involved. But no, the defense is amazing. I'm going to agree with you. It's going to be a full sweep here. I'm going Detroit. I love what the Lions are doing. I love Dan Campbell. I love Jared Goff, too. I'm a big Jared Goff fan. I feel like he does a really good job at running this offense. And when we look back at that Stafford-Goff trade, both teams won in it, if you think about it. And that's a rare both teams win a trade kind of thing, especially with 2 quarterbacks, one who's definitely going to be in Canton and one who, I don't know if Jared Goff is going to be there.
Well, I was going to say, if they win a Super Bowl,
he very well could be.
I think
very well
you look at the numbers, you look at what he's been able to do. He had a great tenure in L.A. It just wasn't, it was a great trade by the Rams because it just wasn't working for what they wanted to do. You bring in Stafford, you get the Super Bowl, but it's been really beneficial for the Lions as well. But yeah, Sirianni, he's one of those guys where there's a lot of these coaches in the NFL. You get rid of their coordinator, they're kind of a mess. Sirianni, when he doesn't have that great offensive coordinator a couple years ago, they flame out and they lose to the Bucs in the playoffs. You get Kellen Moore last year, and you win the Super Bowl, and your offense is humming. Your Saquon Barkley's breaking records, and all that, and your receivers are happy for the most part. A.J. Brown's never happy, but and then this year you see just like you said, what are we doing with Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, where the hell's Saquon?
He is, especially
like,
with an
Waldo?
offense, with a pass game that's struggling, you feed your all-star back, and they go away from that way too often. They did it a little better against the Packers, giving him the ball a decent amount, but still not enough for the Philadelphia Eagles, with that defense to be successful. And you talk about their corners. I was saying this a couple days ago. Imagine the Steelers drafted Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean instead of their crapshoot of drafts here.
Lucas, I saw that grin on your face. He actually wanted Cooper DeJean really badly for the Steelers. So I just saw that smirk go away. I'm sorry,
I
buddy.
think Quinyon Mitchell might be one of, if not
I love
the
Mitchell,
best corner
too.
in football.
Oh,
I'm a
great.
Toledo. I like Toledo in the MAC, and I was.
You like Toledo? Oh, well, you must have been happy last year during the bowl game against Pitt.
Well, I wasn't. I still like Pitt more. Pitt's my team, but I like Toledo. It was good for them. They deserved it in that game, Narduzzi. But yeah, he's just a lockdown guy. He is, and no, he doesn't commit the penalties at all. I really like him.
Yeah, I think in our pre-draft episode and then our draft recap episode, I think I probably brought DeJean, and I want him on the Steelers like probably 10 times between those two episodes.
That's what you wanted. Well, we do have one last game to cover. It's Monday night. There is 2 teams on a bye. Indianapolis and New Orleans will not be playing this week. It is them Dallas Cowboys versus the Las Vegas Raiders. If you don't mind, I actually have what the Las Vegas are worth on me this evening. I have my wallet right here. This is exactly what the Las Vegas Raiders are worth this year. They're worth a dime. They're
not even worth a dime.
They are awful. Lucas, you want a dime? Here, you get a dime. There you go.
Hey, I'm the guest. Give me that dime.
Yeah, give him the dime.
Keep the dime. All right.
No, that's your Raider dime.
You're the Raider dime.
Go give it to Jake.
Raiders.
Go give it to Jake, who said they were gonna get 10 wins.
Cashman.
Give it to Cashman, yeah. But no, I will be honest with you. The Raiders are atrocious. They are god-awful. So if you're listening, Nicholas Brown, if you are listening, Matt Palangi, and you're Dallas Cowboys, find a way to lose this game. Listen,
Oh, boy.
I said it before. What can go wrong will go wrong. What can go wrong did go wrong. What can go wrong will continue to go wrong. We understand that. But if you lose this game to the Raiders of all teams, I want your Cowboys jerseys burned by the end of the year. They are atrocious. I got to go with the Cowboys, though. There's no way they should lose, right, guys? Right?
Well, you'd
Please?
think.
We hope.
You'd think, but that, in that defense, it can strike at any time. But, whoa, Logan Wilson. We get Logan Wilson. We get Quinton Williams is excellent, but that's not going to fix this defense. They're deficient at every position defensively. They just need a complete overhaul. But I'm going to go with Dallas as well. I think they win. I can't pick the Raiders anymore. I really can't. They've did me in for the last time this season. I'll pick them next week. But I'm gonna go Cowboys here.
Yeah, I'm picking Dallas as well. I'll even say this. I have my tiebreaker point here. I have it at 48. 35 of those are from Dallas. I think I went too high because I don't think the Raiders are scoring 13. But if it's 48 for the other way around, where it's 35 Raiders to 13 Dallas, oh my God, Nick Brown, you will be hearing from me and my lawyers if
your lawyers.
Yes,
this is a big game.
I'm gonna sue him for all of his Cowboy merch, and I'm gonna burn it.
The only Cowboy merch he has is the back screen, is the home screen on his phone.
I'm burning his phone.
You're burning his phone.
Nick, if the Cowboys lose this game, Nick Brown is going to do some real soul searching now because he's already considering picking a new team apparently now.
Yeah.
If they lose this game,
he says Dallas is his team. I'm pretty sure he has more Steeler merch and Colts merch than he does Dallas.
His debit card is the Colts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That alone is more merch than he has for Dallas.
Well, I think that was like the only team though that like he could get, or like one of the few, and he was like, "I'll take the Colts."
But then I think it's like a couple like different Steeler items. I'm like Dallas and Steelers don't like each other. It's not even like you chose like a team where it's like, yeah, I can respect them. They hate each other, and you have Steeler stuff. Like I don't know what he's doing.
But this feels like one of those games like the Cowboys against the Jets, but they just blow them out. It's just not even close.
No.
But the Cowboys, they are. I mean, with their defense, anybody's in it at any time, it feels like. But is Geno going to be healthy? I don't even know. Can he walk? I don't know. So we'll have to find out there. But
card him out there, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Well, that right there is every single game from our NFL Week 11 predictions. Nate, it was great to have you on. Before
you want to talk Pitt football? This prediction? I don't know if did you get into
briefly
that?
talk about. We have a minute.
Just prediction here, just because.
Yeah, Pitt Notre Dame. Go right ahead.
This is a big game. I know we're Pitt guys here, and it's a sellout now. They just announced, and game day is going to be there. Initially, it was so funny. It was like the ACC network was coming to game day, and everybody's like, "We do not care." And then it's like, "We want game day," and then game day is going to be there. It's going to be great. There's going to be I'm gonna be there. You're going to be there. What you doing, Lucas?
I'm not called.
He's working.
No,
yeah,
okay.
I probably am working.
Well, that's
Saturday.
What time?
Noon?
It's at noon.
Yeah, I'll be at work still.
Well, you're making the bread here, so you got to respect it. And but yeah, it's going to be a big game, and this is going to determine a lot. You could end Notre Dame's season right here if Pitt wins. I'm not going to predict the game because I don't want to spoil anything, but I think that it would be hilarious to me if Pitt wins after what Narduzzi said this week.
Did you hear my rant on my radio show?
I did not get to hear your radio show because I was picking my mom up, but I got to listen back. But I think it's going to be a very close game, and I think the Notre Dame fans are very excited. They're like, a lot of them are saying, Pitt Narduzzi, this is a joke kind of program here, but It's going to be a great atmosphere, and Narduzzi has his way with some of these games when people are counting them out.
It's not an ACC game. I'd gladly get beat 103 or 110-10 in that game. They could put up 100 on us as long as we win the next two after that. That was from head coach Pat Narduzzi.
He should get fired for saying that.
And, well, to be fair, he says these things where some of them are taken out of context. Sometimes he's not the greatest orator, let's just say. And sometimes what he means is not exactly what is conveyed, what he actually says.
Yeah, because what he's trying to say is like he's more focused on the ACC games. The ACC games is what's going to matter.
It's a big game. Like, those are must-wins, but this one, you want to win.
You want to win this one. You should.
But either way, like, you should be preaching to your players. Every game's a must-win. That should be the mindset. These players go into every game thinking we got to win this game. So.
And I love Jeremiah Love. I love CJ Carr. But let's not forget this. I'm going to read you guys a stat I found online. Of Notre Dame's 7 wins, okay, hear me out. 3 of them have come against last-place teams in the ACC, Big Ten, and SEC. Those teams were Boston College, Purdue, and Arkansas. Teams that are combined 0-18 in league play and 5-24 overall. Only 2 of those teams' 5-win games are against FBS teams.
And Boston College game, they were really bad. And obviously Pitt destroyed Boston College, so there's that common opponent kind of thing. It's going to be great. It would just be hilarious to me because the Notre Dame fan base is kind of negative and kind of nasty at times. And they
Jagoffs.
They always hate on Pitt and everything. Oh, there's the little guy. It's kind of funny. I've been watching like West Virginia and Penn State fans, and they're like, we don't like either team. but we hate Pitt. We want Notre Dame. We rooting for Notre Dame to win, but that's a funny dynamic for teams that are way under 500 and are not even going to scratch a bowl game. So there you go.
I will also say this. I was at the Notre Dame Pitt game a couple years ago in South Bend,
This is a
Indiana.
different Pitt team, though.
This is a much different Pitt team, but I will say not only did I freeze my ass off watching that team get their ass kicked.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah, it was awful. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
But I did win a cornhole tournament at a tailgate with my dad. So that's the plus. That is something. We did Pitt walked away with one victory that weekend. I want to go around the room, though, just real quick. Score predictions. Who we got? Nate, you set the tone. Pitt, Notre Dame. Score. Give me the score prediction.
Oh, I didn't want to predict, but I don't want to ruin Pitt's chances here. But I'm gonna take Pitt. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna take Pitt to have the upset, and I'm gonna say 34-31.
34-31. Lucas, I know you don't watch college, but just give me a score. Why not? He's not the big college guy.
We're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit him with a Pitt winning 35-28.
Okay. I'm going to go Notre Dame 31-24.
There, thank you, Austin. We can't all go Pitt.
I have to do some reverse psychology, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Fingers crossed.
There is no way that Pitt wins this game. There's no way, right? No way.
Pitt's terrible, bro. They're never winning the game.
We're trying some reverse psychology. It's not going to work.
It's definitely
But
not.
very excited for this one. This is going to be great for Pitt, great for the city.
Yeah, and I'm going to have a long day. Not only am I going to Pitt Notre Dame on Saturday, I'm literally, as soon as I leave, my buddy Kevin's picking me up, and we're going right to Morgantown, West Virginia for Negative Outlook. So that's going to be fun.
Very exciting.
It is going to be in a bar. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff happening that night.
Oh, it's going to rain on Saturday.
I know it's going to. Well, thank God Negative Outlook's inside. So.
Well, no, you're going to be at the Pitt game. It's going to be cold rain.
Thanks. I'll bring a poncho.
You're going to freeze your ass off again at another Pitt Notre Dame game.
Shut up.
Hey, don't be hating right now.
Yeah, see, he's already picking on me over here.
Already? It's the end of the episode.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Damn.
This is setting the tone here. I don't like this by Lucas over here.
Hey, usually it's the other way around. Usually I'm getting picked on. So.
Well, that's a very good point.
It's warranted, but that's besides the point. But no, I do have one last announcement to make. This past Sunday, we had professional wrestler MV Young on the podcast. What a great episode it was. I don't know if you guys saw the promo or not, but he chopped me.
I saw, yes.
Yeah, it hurt. It was right there, actually, right over in the corner of the media hub.
You shouldn't challenge him.
I thought it would be okay to say, hey, is the chops really hurt that bad? I didn't expect him to fully lay it into me. I learned my lesson. I apologize.
Well, you got to show you. You ask. You gotta. That's the greatest way to show you if they actually do.
And I made a post saying that every wrestler I had on, except for Wes Barkley, hurt me some way. Gannon headbutted me. Palace put me through a table. Some guy named John just picked on me the whole time. Same with Derek and Katie. So thank you, Wes, for being cool. And I'm sorry, MV. That was totally my fault. I'll take full blame there. But everybody else, you're all Jagoffs. You're all Jagoffs to put your hands on me. This Sunday, though, we have another pro wrestler coming on. And not only do we have another pro wrestler coming on, Lucas, you're actually going to be co-interviewing with me this Sunday. We got IWC World Heavyweight Champion Duke Davis on. That man is tall as hell. Was he 6'5"?
6'5".
6'5", 300 plus pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he is a big old son of a bitch. He was sitting right there in that chair. So
wow.
It's gonna be a fun episode. What do you think?
Little different frame, me to him, going into
Slightly.
this.
Slightly.
But
he didn't sit up straight. He was slouched a little bit, so he didn't seem as tall. But then in the pictures and promo, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, let me show actually Nate real quick. We get a live reaction of Nate Schivins looking at.
Did I see him? I might have.
Yeah,
you might have.
It's on my Instagram feed, so I can pull it up.
Yeah, I have it right here. Here it is. This is Lucas standing next to Duke Davis.
Oh yeah, that's the guy I saw. Yep.
Yeah, he's tall.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
looking forward to that one.
He's a big guy.
Very big guy. One half of TME, world champ, tag champ. He's pretty much everywhere. But we love Duke Davis. That episode's coming out on Sunday. Nate, again, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, of
Had
course.
a privilege having you on this evening or this afternoon.
Thank you both. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Lucas, for having me on. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah. Any final words you would like to leave? Where can everybody find you at?
Well, we are Family Pittsburgh Sports Podcast. We're on YouTube. We're kind of on Spotify, but right now we're just primarily looking at YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at We Are Family Pittsburgh Sports Pod. Also on TikTok, X, wherever you are on social media. Tune into my radio show Mondays at 2 every week for my reaction to college football, the NFL, baseball when it's going on, anything really that's going on. And let's talk Steelers. Let's talk Steelers. I am a producer for that. We are on air 22 The Point now every week. Sunday mornings at 10:30. We got another one coming out this Sunday at 10:30. So make sure to check in on that. Former NFL quarterback Mike McMahon and Randy the Tank Tantlinger every week, providing great insight on the Steelers and where they're looking right now. So bunch of stuff going on. So thank you both for having me on.
Absolutely, Nate. It was a privilege as always. Lucas, you got any final words over there?
It's been fun. Glad to be here. This is going to be a very exciting week for the NFL. I am excited to watch most of the games. Not really excited for Miami and Washington. But, we'll move on from that. And see you all next week.
Hell yeah. You can also find me on Thursday Night Fights every week. 880 Wrestling, IndieWrestling.us. And you can come for free, 1010 Freyberg Street in the south side of Pittsburgh. Come on down. You'll see me. I'll be on call. I'll probably be in my best
What better
suit.
way to enjoy your evening?
Yeah.
Come on now. Free.
Pro wrestling for free? Absolutely. Wait till you see the suit that I'm going to be wearing in class.
Oh, I'm very excited.
I'm
for
pulling
that.
up in a nice suit. You'll love it. Love the new sports code. Anyway,
I love your suits.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we get a little behind the scene context real quick. I get made fun of every week that I come in the class by our professor because he's like, wow, dress for success, huh? And then Peyton, he's always laughing because he said I had aura last week when I pulled up with the
Oh,
suitcase.
you do have aura. You have tremendous aura.
I don't know
Austin
about
Carnes.
that.
You just walk in, you got, especially with the suitcase. I remember, funny story, first time I met you. I don't know
Yes.
if you remember this.
Okay.
It was sideline, okay, and you pulled up suit and suitcase, and you were on case. I don't think you were on with me. I don't think I was on case, but I was like, wow, this guy knows what's going on. I know he's gonna cook, and he really did. And he's not looked back at all since. That was right when you came to Point Park and were trying to ingratiate yourself with everybody. You've done a tremendous job and helped everybody out. So
Thank you.
just want to plug you a little bit and your aura, tremendous aura.
Tremendous aura. I don't know about the aura part, but I really appreciate the kind words, Nate. It means a lot.
course.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about giving back, paying it forward, helping out everybody. I still got the suitcase now. It's just easier to lug all this stuff downtown than bring a whole duffel bag. But I really do appreciate the kind words. That means a lot to me.
Of course.
Networking is key. That's the word of the day. Networking is key. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. We did not forget about you. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Go show some love to Nate and We Are Family as well. Until next time on Sunday with Duke Davis, we'll see you all in the next one.
Peace.